welcome to WeLearn Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 25, Organizing Childcare Services, Art for Children. Topics which we are going to cover in this session are Introduction, Art, its meaning for young children, appreciating children's art, drawing, painting, printing, material for drawing, painting and printing, the tools, surfaces and paints, clay, tearing and pasting, paper folding, paper cutting, collage, making picture books, making toys, and the caregiver's role. Coming towards the first topic, that is the introduction. As a caregiver or a preschool worker, you would want to help children grow into happy and confident persons who are able to know about the world and to communicate with other people. The various play activities described in this session have been planned with mind. The focus in session is on planning artistic activities for children. Next is the art, its meaning for young children. When children are given material like paints, brushes and paper, they get a chance to do something original, something innovative, something that comes directly from their mind, their heart. Whatever they see, they draw there. They enjoy making drawing and paintings and expressing themselves. Whatever they think, they feel at that moment, they represent those feelings by their painting, by their drawings. Some teachers may think that these activities are a means of keeping children busy and out of trouble. This perspective is not correct. Art activities must be planned so that they help children develop rather than merely keeping them engaged. Basically, we design these art activities just to make children mentally developed, physically active, not just to keep them busy so that they don't get into some trouble or they don't mess up your work. But it is a mean by which the children can explore the world, explore their feelings. Providing a variety of art activities creates opportunity for all-round development of the children. These are, number 1, develop the thoughts and feelings which young children cannot express fully because of their limited vocabulary or fear of disapproval. Generally, art helps to express the thoughts, express their feelings in front of others because they cannot express their feeling in words as they have limited vocabulary or they have fear that they will be not putting their words correctly. Next is cognitive concepts are learned through art activities. Basically, children used to learn some different concepts through art activities. Motor skill development is an important outcome of experience with art material. Different developmental skills are easily learned with the art activities. For example, a child can learn about colors, about the primary color, about the secondary color, about the mixing of colors, how the third color is generated by the mixing of two primary colors. Children should also learn to share materials and take turn to use them. Such an interaction aids social and language development. Next is the drawing. Every child's self-expression, whether in art, music, or dance, is based on developmental stages. This expression follows steps which are related to the level of growth and development achieved in other areas of development. In the beginning, the child makes straight up and down line vigorously. After this stage, children require large sheet of paper and floor space as they make sweeping arm movement. Initially, the child learns to write the standing line or the sleeping line or the slanting line. After that, child use the large space, because with the movement of paper, with the movement of the line, they also rotate. With the paper, they also rotate. With the pencil or pen or color, whatever they have. This is scribbling stage. In the next stage of controlled scribbling, the lines become semicircle. This implies greater control over the movement of the wrist. Now, after doing the standing line and sleeping line, the next step is to draw the curve, that is the semicircular pattern or the circular pattern. So this involves the control over the wrist, over the movement of the wrist. Next is the painting. Painting as an activity provides greater opportunity for experimenting than drawing. The manner in which the flat board brush is placed on the paper and pulled across, the variation in color, watching the paint drip from the brush and excess paint running down the vertical paper, all these situations are available for exploring. A painting session requires prior preparation by the teacher. There are various types of painting: spray painting, sand paint, thread painting, marbling, blow paint, hand paint, leaf and flower painting, etc. So these are the different ways of painting. Spray painting, using brush we can do the spray painting. Using sand we can do the sand painting. By pulling thread over the color we can do thread painting, or by rolling the thread and dipping it in the color we can do the thread painting. Blow painting, by blowing the color from the mouth in the straw, is the blow painting. Hand painting is just doing with the help of brushes or by the help of crayons. Leaf and flower painting, etc. These are the means through which the different kind of painting is done, and the child can learn different color, variation in the color, how color comes out from the brush, how the color flows down through the vertical paper. So these are the methods by which child can explore the situation, know what is being, what will happen if we place a large amount of liquid color in the vertical paper. It comes down. So this is rather teaching the student, rather teaching the child verbally, we can tell them with the help of painting. Next is the printing. There is a rich tradition of block printing. To make a block, cut horizontal section of vegetables such as potatoes, onions, ladyfinger and lotus stem. On the cross section of potato, you can carve a pattern with a knife. The cross section of many vegetables like ladyfinger and lotus stem have their own patterns. Take a bowl of paint and keep a layer of cloth or a thin piece of a sponge on it. Touch the block on the sponge or layer of cotton so that only a limited amount of paint adheres to the block. Block printing generally is very common. We can teach block printing with the help of vegetables like potatoes, onion, ladyfinger and lotus stem. By making different designs on the base of potato, we can implement those designs on the paper by dipping that potato in the color. We can make the block printing. Next are the materials for drawing, painting and printing. The tools. For a child under 4 years of age, chalk and crayons are more appropriate. Give pencils to children whose fine motor coordination is more developed, as pencils are thinner and require a good hold. Children can work with chalk on the floor. It can be wiped easily by the children. This forms a new activity for them, led them towards the creativity. 4 to 5 years old children can also use charcoal and piece of broken brick for working on the floors. For painting, long-handled brushes are easy to use. They can be made by wrapping a swab of cotton or cloth or a layer of sponge on one end of the stick. Next are the surfaces. Old newspaper, brown paper, used envelope, used paper, used computer sheet and notebook can be controlled for painting, collected for painting and drawing. Painting can also be done on the floor and walls. These can be cleaned by mopping or plastering with a solution of mud. Next are the paints. Poster colors are easily available and ready for use, but they are expensive. Watercolors are available in powder form, can be used. Paints should be prepared in adequate quantity and provided in small containers for use so as to prevent a mess or wastage. The caregiver should have a safe and easily accessible place for storage of paints. Next, moving towards the clay. Clay gives an opportunity to create in 3 dimensions. That is, objects made of clay have length, breadth and height. They will pull, throw, drop, pinch and roll it in many ways. Handling the lump of clay is sensory experience which will further develop the ability to learn by feeling. It will also improve fine motor coordination. When the child becomes familiar with clay, she starts using it to represent objects. They begin to make small balls or coins. Next are the tearing and pasting. Provide the children with the pictures from old magazine and newspaper. Ask the child to tear the picture from them. Have some homemade glue and sheets of paper ready on which the children will paste the picture they have torn off. Children can make 3-dimensional objects with paper, tear bits of paper and wet them. Apply a layer of these pieces on a bowl. Then paste 7 to 8 layers of these pieces using glue. Leave it to dry for few days. When dry, remove the bowl. It is easy to remove the bowl as the first layer is stuck only with water. Paper folding and paper cutting. Paper folding. The children may like to make objects by folding paper in various ways. That is, how to make a fan, a boat or a bag from paper. This activity could be happen by giving verbal instruction. The child will observe what you are doing and may need help. Later, concept of half, quarter, square and triangle can be introduced through paper folding. Next is the paper cutting. It is an activity which requires fine motor control. This activity, considerable control of the finger muscles has been achieved. Can children cut paper well? Then they will be able to cut what they want to and also to follow instructions. Instructions help them to improve their sensories. Next is the collage. Collage is a kind of a design which is made by pasting together a variety of material on a surface to depict something. To make a collage, collect any material that will stick with adhesive. Used bottle tops, straws, string, thread, sand, sawdust, wrappers, cloth, small cartons, pencil shavings, seeds, the list is endless. For light materials like wrappers, thin cloth and small carton, homemade glue can be used. When objects like beads, bottle tops, buttons are used, commercially available adhesive or gum is needed. These may be pasted on a sheet of paper or a large piece of cloth or a gunny bag. Make picture books. Making toys. Picture books. To introduce children to books, help them see that picture convey a meaning, that symbols are used to communicate, that books are the source of information. Next are the making toys. Toys not only bring joy into the child's life but are helpful for children's development. It is not always possible to go out and buy them beside the high cost. If you are on the look out of the toy based on the particular principle or for providing a specific experience. Since the child tries of a toy very soon, children can make your very own toys. Next is the caregiver's role, creating an atmosphere. A clean and pleasant setting is helpful for developing habits of cleanliness, tidiness, and above all, aesthetics. Every child needs to be encouraged to appreciate and enjoy beauty. Well, when children stop talking about the things around them, a change in the display should be made. Altering or exchanging position of a display or objects catches children's eye and help them to learn new things. A pleasant, relaxed atmosphere within a school or home helps the child relax and get involved in the activity. Of the several goals of organizing art activities for the young children, the most important is providing them fun. Now in the last, there are a few questions which are based on this session. Question number 1 is, what are the stages in development of drawing? And question number 2 is, what is the role of caregiver in development of the child? That's all for this session. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.